Welcome to the 2022 federal parliamentary year.
We have lost confidence in our government.
First order of business, chaos. Mayhem raging both outside and inside the walls of Parliament.
This isn't a good government, it's a bad cage fight.
The dysfunction and the dishonesty and the disunity is meaning this government is paralysed in taking action.
They're playing a game of Cluedo of who did what to whom. They're not focused on the Australian people.
Peter Dutton today denying claims he is the mystery minister who called the PM a psycho after this Bob Carr-shaped bomb dropped overnight.
The minister who shared the text was Peter Dutton. If PM Morrison has one more week in freefall, the prospect of a leadership change pre-election is real.
Well, Bob Carr was a waste of space as Foreign Minister. He's now suffering from a bad bout of relevance deprivation syndrome.
The government fending off suggestions of a looming leadership spill.
Do you have full confidence in Scott Morrison?
I do.
Speaking of spills,
I hear no rumblings of a leadership challenge. I do not.
Oh, that means it's
yes,
on.
there is. Well,
Barnaby Joyce also facing spill rumours after his text message calling Scott Morrison a liar and a hypocrite.
I've never worked one-on-one with the Prime Minister as the Prime Minister ever, but I have now. And working one-on-one with him is a completely different scenario.
The relationship between Barnaby and Scott Morrison is very close.
So as the government battles spot fires on all fronts, can the PM cut through the chaos and bring things back from the brink?
Sarah Martin is Chief Political Correspondent for The Guardian and joins us now. Sarah, how seriously do you think we should take all this spill talk that's around at the moment? Are they really going to drop the PM and his deputy this close to an election?
I think the short answer is no. I mean, when there is a spill on in this building, you can feel it in the walls. It's quite the atmosphere. There's only a short amount of time before budget week. We've got 7 sitting days over the next fortnight. There's just not enough time. No one's really agitating for a change in leadership, even though there is sort of widespread dismay about the Prime Minister's performance at the moment. I mean, you never rule anything out, but at this stage, there's not a lot of chatter, and I don't believe anyone's seriously doing the numbers.
Sarah, who do you believe, Bob Carr or Peter Dutton?
I don't believe anyone anymore. I just, like when you've been in this job for a while, you take everything with a grain of salt. Look, I don't know if Bob Carr's the most credible source on who sent the message to Gladys Berejiklian. I don't believe he's seen the message. He was reliably informed, as they say. But look, I find it hard to believe that Peter Dutton, the most senior Conservative in Canberra, would be texting the moderate New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian with such harsh words about the Prime Minister. When it comes to sort of cross-factional business like that, I think they're words that you wouldn't want to have in the hands of your factional enemy. So I probably side with Peter Dutton on this one.
So what's in it for Bob Carr to come out so boldly with this claim?
Oh, well, look, I mean, I think everyone knows that these sorts of stories are very damaging for the government. I mean, we can't forget that he's still a political enemy of the government. So, look, I don't know. Just for laughs, who knows? Have to ask Bob.
Well, it gave Josh Frydenberg a good reason to give Bob Carr a whack around the ears. Just on the ADF in aged care, Sarah, we've seen horror stories today from within aged care facilities right around the country, people being locked in their rooms, not fed. What exactly is the ADF going to do?
It's a really good question, and it's not 100% clear to the media today or indeed to the sector yet just how that is going to work. The announcement by the government today suggested they would do things including, screening visitors, potentially even keeping residents company, but how that's actually going to work in practice sort of remains to be seen.
So you're sitting in your room as an aged care resident and a Major General turns up to sit beside your bed and talk to you. I mean, it seems ridiculous.
Not wanting to make light of it, but it might be confusing for some of the dementia patients. I don't think you can knock it back. I think the sector needs some help. They want help from anywhere at the moment, given how dire the situation is. So they have been wanting to see the ADF personnel used, and hopefully it can help. But I guess it remains to be seen how it's actually going to work in practice.
Sarah, thanks very much for your time and all the best. Hang in there till May.
Cheers. Thanks.